In this video, I will talk about Makehuman, which is an open source software that you can easily and freely download and install on your computer. And you can do basically some basic character modeling with this tool. And so you can create characters and then you can save them, you can export them into other software, and you can use them for example, animation or video game design, or you can continue to add details with the sculpting and the painting tools. And I will show you a little bit of everything in this video. So let's start from the beginning and I will show you where to get this software. So first thing you want to do is you want to go to Google in any browser and search for Makehuman. Okay, and this is the official website here, the first link, which is makehumancommunity.org. And here we can simply go to the downloads page, or we can enter the website. So let's click here. And again, this is completely free. This is one fantastic thing, the first fantastic thing about this software. There is a community that works for this. You can support the community if you want, if you feel like giving some donation. Okay, and here we can go directly to the downloads page, and we can download the latest version, which it's the 1.2 at the moment. So just click here and the download should start at the bottom left usually. If it doesn't, no, actually we have another link here. Let's click on this. There you go. So now I can save this in my download folder, and I already done that. So you can do that. You have to wait a little bit because it takes some time, but not too much if you have a pretty fast internet connection. And once you do that, again, you should find on the download folder this file right here, which should be an archive. So you have to click on this file here, just extract that into your download folder like that, and I've already done that. So you will just find then your X file, which is the one that you need to install the software. So double click on this and follow all the instructions. Just click next, yes, 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 read everything if you want, choose the installation folder, and so on and so forth. It's basically what you do with any other software for Windows. So it's not difficult for you to go through that installation wizard. And this is all about this part of the topic. So once you have downloaded and installed it, you should, well, this is already open. It's a window. I don't think there is a version for Mac, I believe. I think this software is only for Windows at the moment. Okay, so basically what you want to do is once you have finished to install everything, you want to go to the start menu and you should find an icon, maybe here at the top or perhaps on the desktop. It depends on which options you choose when you install. Okay, and then there is this icon here. This is the launcher icon. So if I click here, I can show you right away. This is the launcher. So you have to wait some few seconds before you can actually get this screen here. Once you are here, you are in the software, and there you see there in the back. This is another window, but I don't need that since I already have this. And now I will explain you a little bit about this software. So the first thing is the navigation. How we can navigate to the scene? Well, you can use basically only the buttons on your mouse. So if you use the left mouse, you can orbit around the scene, which is represented only by your character, of course. And you can scroll the wheel to do a zoom back and forward here. And the zoom should be where you point your arrow. So if I point on the face and I continue to zoom, I can zoom, and I can see that there are actually a pretty nice level of details. This is very good, for example, for video game or for animation, because it's not too heavy. But if you want to increase the details on this model, the first suggestion I want to give you is to go to these softwares here, which are called, one is called ZBrush. It's for sculpting and painting, and perhaps in the future I will do a video course on ZBrush. I already done that in Italian, but if you really want to see some nice sculpting and you want me to create a video course on ZBrush, please subscribe to the channel, write me in the comments, and support me so I can do this a little bit sooner than I maybe planned. And another one is mudbox. And for this one, this is a little bit simpler and less complicated than ZBrush. ZBrush is very complicated, while mudbox is pretty simple, especially for the users who come from 3ds Max or other Autodesk software like Maya. And again, this is to create characters, but also other stuff like organic things, plants, animals, rocks, and wherever it's pretty organic, but not only that. So just give it a look also to mudbox. Actually, I suggest you start with mudbox because it's pretty simple, and you know, it's a good starting point. And after, you can move to ZBrush. So basically what we can do here is we can export the model that we create in Makehuman, and we can continue with the modeling inside mudbox. And about this software, you are lucky because I already done a nice video course about mudbox. So if you search for mudbox JBD Tube, you will see these are some screenshots of the video course. Let's click on this, for example, and let's click on the link. And this is my YouTube channel here, where I sculpt and paint with mudbox. So you can check my channel, which is JBD2, by the way. So it's the channel where you are probably now. So you can check all the other videos. Just search for English videos, because the channel is mostly in Italian, but sometimes I create some English video course. So basically you can continue to create some more details, painted details, sculpted details using this software. It's really amazing. So as you can see here, the level of details is a little bit lower than that. You can add on this using another software. And maybe in the future, we will have a lot more tools here to use, again, if we support this Makehuman community again. Okay, I forgot to say that if you press the right mouse button, you can again kind of pan around and do a little bit of zoom. And also to pan, you can press the scroll wheel. So if you scroll, you can zoom. If you press the scroll wheel, you can pan. And these are all the navigation tools that you find all in your mouse, and this is really comfortable. And so now I can show you a little bit more about this software here. So it's composed as any other Windows software. So I have a toolbar right here at the top, and instead of menus, I have these like panels that I can move. Okay, so I can, it's like a cascade hierarchy. So these are the most important tools here. So I have load, I have save, I have export. I can go back and forward. I can reset everything, smooth more my model, and this will add a little bit more details. So basically, if I zoom here and I select this, I can see the model smoothed or not. And if you also activate this one, this is the structure of the model, so you can see the actual changing of the structure if you use this other button here. So it becomes more subdivided, and this will increase the quality as well. So basically, when you are talking about 3D models, if you don't know, you are talking about polygons, which are all these faces here. If you want to know more, just go to, again, Google and search for low and high poly. These are two different types of models. So when you model with high poly, you can add a lot more details, but the model will get much more heavier. When you work in low poly, you have less details, but the model is very lightweight. And so you can use it in real-time application, and you can use it in video games and so on. While when you have a really high detailed model, you can use it maybe for movies or TV shows and so on. So they have different purposes. And when you work, for example, in mudbox, you will get a lot of and ZBrush to get that nice detail look on your sculpting. You will have to increase a lot your polygons. But then you have some tips to optimize your model, and you will find everything in the video course, in mudbox video course. Okay, so this is another important tip for you, the modeling part. And so I'm not really satisfied with the navigation in this software. It's a little bit stuck sometimes, but it works. So we can also add a background if we want. So right now I don't have any background, but most of these are kind of secondary tools. So you don't have to, you can go through these by yourself. They are not complicated. Here we can create some symmetry, and we can also change views, and we can center the model. So we can work with navigation like with these tools, like the mouse. And also we can take a quick snapshot, and this is saved there, as you can see, on the documents, Makehuman, and I will show you right away. So let's go to documents and Makehuman, this strange name folder here, and exports. Sorry, not exports, but go to grab. Export is where you export the actual model. Here on grab we export snapshots, and also this is another snapshot that I have made before with a background, and it's a male character. Okay, so let me go forward, and we also have some community. You can ask information, you can search for other education videos and articles. Okay, so other important things, you can save your model here. You can give it a name and save it, and this is where you save it actually. So I can save it here, woman, and go to select a folder, and otherwise it goes here by default into the same strange folder as before, into the models folder. So let's call this woman, and this is the format of Makehuman, which is MHM. Okay, and we can open it anytime by going to the open. So let me select again, and well, actually when you have some Makehuman format inside my folder, I can see them right here on the right side. So let me take this other model. So I double click on that, wait a little bit, and there you go. So this is my other human model right here. And so we can save and open, we can export, and this is the one that you want to do when you want to move to another software. So again, you choose the directory here on the file name, you click on the three dots, and you select the folder, and you select also the type of file. And in this case I can use Collada, and so you can basically export. Okay, and there is it. There is your exported file. Well, here you can change the mesh format. Mesh format means different types of 3D models. So I can use OBJ, which is much more flexible and diffused and common. I can also export for the 3D printing with the STL, and I will do another video about 3D printing soon. And also you can export maps, which are the maps that will define how your images like that and your colors and everything that it's a material, it's placed on your 3D model. These are a little bit more advanced concept. If you want to know more, I suggest you again you see the mudbox video course. Now let's get to the fun part, which is modeling. And here you can actually define your character. So you can choose if it's a female or a male. Pretty quick. You can choose the age. You can choose the muscles. You can choose the weight and the height and the proportions. And it's pretty nice to play with this because you can see the changes right away, right there. And also you can like change a lot of stuff about the face and the shape of the face, of the body. There you go. You have a lot of parameters here that you can play with, and I will not explain you all of this because it's really simple. It's really fun to do it. So just play around. You will definitely have some fun. You can also randomize everything here and measures. You can measure some part of your model if you want. Okay, let's move on. Geometry. Here is where you choose which hair you want to place, for example. This is long hair. And also we have different types of hair. Well, actually, this is kind of filters that you can use to refine your search. In the right side, you can choose which style you want to apply. You don't have a lot. Maybe in the future we will have some more, but right now we have this, but better this than nothing, right? And also we can add teeth. This will go inside the model. We cannot see them right now, but they are inside. And what else? We can go to topologies. Well, you can change the structure again, and you can see here you can find low poly. Okay, and we can also add eyebrows. We can change them. We can, there you go. We can go to eyelashes, change them. Tongue, it's inside, you don't see it, but it's there. And then you can change materials for the skin, for the hair, for the eyes. You have a lot of stuff here. And well, you can figure out by yourself all the stuff here in the material. Also, we have this skeleton, which is used for animation in other software. So we can use some different types of bones, or we can get rid of everything like with none. Okay, and let's go more. We can do a render. So if I want to render this out, I can choose a resolution here. I can increase the resolution a little bit to have more quality. So if I want to go like full HD, I can go with these parameters, with these pixels. These are actually height and width pixel, and I can render. And again, this will go into a particular folder in the same strange folder called render. Oh, it's not here. Sorry about that. So let's see what I have to save it. I didn't save it yet, so let's save this as render. And we also have a transparent background because we are saving on with PNG, so I can bring this into Photoshop and I can do some photo montage, or I can use it for other purposes. So this is a viewer when you can view your render. This is the actual scene, this is the render. So you might want to check the render. Settings, here you can change stuff about the software, for example the units, or you can restore to defaults if you mess around. And on the right side here we have also the languages, pretty important for you that you don't, if you don't speak English or other languages. For example, I choose Italian, and to see the actual changes we have to restart the software. So in this case I won't restart, I will just leave English, and then you have some final stuff here that you might want to check or not. Okay, so this is all that you have to know about Makehuman. Just to have to play around. And now I will show you just how this will look when you export everything. So I will click here on export and select, well, in this case I want to use the OBJ, which is I want to use the FBX file. The FBX, it's probably the most complete format out there, so I usually use this one when I have to go from a software to another. And I want to save this as model woman, okay, and select the folder. Well, I will keep the same folder, and let's call this model woman. Let's save this, and in the meanwhile I want to start mudbox, so I can show you how to import to mudbox. So if I will continue, and for the sculpting and modeling I will use mudbox. If I want to go, for example, to create animations, and I want to create an entire scene, or prepare my model for level design in a real engine or other video game application, then I will use 3ds Max. These are my personal choice, but you can of course use any other software. So here, well, I don't want to open anything. This is the empty scene. So let's bring the Makehuman file, like with file, import, and select my model woman, open it up. And of course it will have some problems because well, you can skip everything here. So let's click on keep all. There you go. It looks a little bit big, but you can scale, you can do a lot of you can modify your model here, and it looks amazing because it already has the textures applied. And this is one thing that happens with FBX, and FBX takes also the materials and the texture with him. So let me change this. Let me turn off these red dots, which are errors, but we don't care about that right now. So I will go to display and go to deselect the mesh errors, and there you go. We can see the model here, and we can continue then. Here you have the painting tools, the sculpting tools, and again you will find everything in the mudbox video course inside the channels, in the JBDTube channel. Okay, now this is a demonstration about mudbox, and now I want to show you in 3ds Max. So I will go to file, again import, and select the Makehuman export folder, and there's my model woman there, and you can see there is another folder with the textures inside. Okay, you have a lot of options that you can set, but in this case we will go straight to the importation. And there you go. So here we can see also the bones and the rigging system that it is already been applied. So if I want to start to animate this inside a 3D software, I can do it right away. So here we are seeing everything. We can check this, for example, in wireframe, and there is my mesh, my skin in this case, and there's inside my bones. Let's select that bone there, for example. Let me switch back to the normal visualization, default shading, or actually I can go, for example, to well, let me go to active shade, which is kind of a pre-render with Arnold, which is the render engine of 3ds Max. And again, let's move this. You can see that I can move the arm around thanks to the bones, and I can animate this as well. And again, you will find a very nice video course about 3ds Max in our channels that you might want to check. Now let's get back and spend some little more time in Makehuman. And one thing I bypassed and I want to get back to, it's on the geometry. You have clothes, so you can change the clothing here, the shoes and all other stuff. And you can find here on the clothes also some other filters for casual, elegant, and so on. So on the also I want to show you on the settings here, we don't only have general settings, we also have the background, which we were talking before. To activate or deactivate the background, you can use this. And again, if you are comfortable with Photoshop, I suggest you use Photoshop, but if you don't, you can add a quick background here. And for example, let me choose a background. So on the right side, you can see that I have a background actually. And now I can move the model and I can move the background there. So I can activate move and resides and I can move it. Okay, so I have my background there. Okay, this looks okay. But what I want to do now is to change the background. How I can do that? Well, I have to go and insert an image. For example, let me use one of these images here, copy this, and I have to place this into documents, Makehuman, strange folder, and in this case, backgrounds, there it is. So when I place the image here, then I should see the image also inside the software. Let's go like back and forward. There you go. So there is my image there. And again, I can like work like that and change the position. You can, when you have decided, you can stop the movement and the resides of the background. Well, this is just another option. So we can decrease the opacity, increase the opacity. We can show this in the foreground, but this will hide what's in the back, unless we have some PNG file, some transparent image file. But again, I suggest you do this layering in Photoshop. It will be more appropriate. Okay, now let's finish with this. Let's see here. We have some, we can change the speed of the mouse, and we can also personalize the movement, the navigation system. We also have some shortcuts that we can use and we can change. And this is everything basically that we have here in the Makehuman interface. Then you can figure out by yourself everything else. So just go there and play with the software. It's pretty nice and easy to use, and it's free, so you don't have to worry about paying the price. Okay, that's another nice software there in the background. It's called Redshift, to create really amazing rendering and effects, and we will do some video courses about Redshift. Actually, you can find already Redshift for Cinema 4D in the channel, and coming soon we have a Redshift for 3ds Max. So this is all for this video. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and write comments, and see you in the next video.